The £20 million man, Glenn Kamara, might have cost Rangers 50 grand, but it feels like he's had about 50,000 opportunities to move on for Rangers. But could his chance finally be here? Leeds United are weighing up a serious bid for Rangers maestro midfielder Big Glenn. Welcome back, guys, to Flog Football, another daily transfer roundup. Glenn Kamara is stealing the show. I feel like we've talked about Glenn Kamara way too much this summer. Every day we're literally getting a different club linked to Glenn Kamara. This time it is Leeds United. Apparently they are very serious in making Glenn Kamara a Leeds player. And yeah, they are in the Championship. Would Glenn want to drop into the Championship? That we don't know. But I think he would be a good addition. And why do you think Leeds are going to up the ante here and seriously make a move?
I hope they are going to do it. And if you look at the Rangers-Newcastle game, he wasn't on the bench. He wasn't in the starting 11. There's a few players like Wright who did feature and a few other players who are going to be at the door. And Kamara was nowhere near the team. And I think when players are nowhere near the team and they're linked with transfer business, it normally means they're away.
Well, haven't you contradicted yourself? Because we just says that Scott Wright's going to be at the door and he was in the team.
Yeah, but I think that's bullshit. I'm beginning to think that was bullshit. I mean,
so you think Scott Wright's staying?
I'm not saying he's staying, but I don't think the deal is anywhere near as close to being done as what some people think. Like, Daily Record's reporting that Scott Wright is on flights to Turkey, when in reality...
He could be going on holiday. Soaking up the sun.
In pre-season.
Aye.
Anyway, Glenn Kamara, $4 million. It's a good deal for Rangers.
Not the £20 million you say he was worth last year?
His form's away, man.
His form's away. Is he worth $4 million?
Yes, obviously he's worth $4 million. He's a good player. Fucking 56 caps for Finland.
It's hardly Germany, is it?
Is Finland pish? They're not that good, I'll give you that. But no, Kamara's a good player, man. Let's stop the disrespect here. He is. Just hasn't worked out the past season a bit.
Is he just not a Michael Beale player? Because I thought he got on very well with Beale in his first stint.
Yeah, well,
what's changed?
It's just not as good as what's there.
Or maybe it was Stevie G's.
Well, I mean, I think he's better than Lundstrom. I don't know what the fascination with Lundstrom is, but this isn't a Rangers fit. This is a Glenn Kamara fit. This $4 million can go towards Danilo. And in my opinion, we're stacked in the midfield, up front. Let's get Danilo. Let's get another striker. No, Rangers need defenders.
Yeah, they need defenders, buddy. But speaking of strikers, you mentioned strikers. Let's talk about one striker. Louis Moult has joined Dundee United. He did return to the Premier League last season on loan for, I believe, was it Ross Kent? Who the hell was it? Who did he join last season?
Motherwell for half a season.
Oh, Motherwell. He rejoined Motherwell. Didn't really get a game. Kevin Van Feen was scoring all the goals. There was no goals for Louis Moult to score. I think there was rumours that he was maybe going to go back to Motherwell on a permanent deal. Obviously that hasn't happened, and he has dropped down a level to the Scottish Championship. Well, he will be Dundee United's main striker this season, you feel? Is he going to be the direct replacement for Stephen Fletcher? He has only signed a 1-year deal. I could see this working both ways. I could see Louis Moult having a great season, firing Dundee United into the Premiership, or I could see it being a really poor season for Louis Moult, a poor season for Dundee United, and they sever ties at the end of the season. Yeah,
he just follows the example of a lot of players who go down to England, the lower leagues, come back up, and just don't really hit the heights of what they once could have done. Like, you look at Stevie May.
I was just about to mention Stevie May.
Stevie May left, and it was like, oh, this guy's going to be a future Scotland legend. Comes back, and he's pretty shite.
Yeah, Stevie May is not really doing much.
What's that other guy? McCormack? Ross McCormack?
Ross McCormack.
What happened to him?
Went to Leeds.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nisbet has like 8 mediocre years, comes back, and then plays for like St Mirren, and then gets injured, and that's it. Although Nisbet's better than Louis Moult, I'll give him that, but I feel like there's too many players like that, man.
Is he better than Ross McCormack?
It's like, look at McGeady. McGeady came back to Hibs and he's released. Not doing anything.
Is he better than Ross McCormack?
Who?
I don't know, Louis Moult.
Where is Ross McCormack?
Retired.
He got a team of the season not so long ago.
I
say not too long ago. That's probably like FIFA 14 or something.
Anyway, Louis Moult, will he be a success? Dundee United? Yes or no?
No.
No?
Well, I mean, on paper they're the best team in the league. You should get a lot of goals, but I mean, look at the start of the season. It could turn good, but let's be real, it could turn shite. And last say it's already turned shite.
Could things turn good for Quang Hodo, the new South Korean midfielder that is set to be signed by Celtic? He is dubbed the K-League Rodri, which probably means he's a prick. Because Rodri is a prick, still crying, still flooding the tears. That's why the game against Georgia almost got cancelled. This prick was still crying about the fact that Scotland wiped the floor with Spain. But he is set to become a Celtic player, and he is vowed to become the best player at Celtic and go on to higher places such as the German Bundesliga or the English Premier League. I don't think this is a good sign. Whenever you have players that are yet to join a club talk about how they want to go to other places after that club, that's not a good look for me. Now, this guy might be good. I've never heard of him, but we never really heard of Kyogo.
Actually coming out and saying.
We'd never heard of Hatate and all that, so I'm not saying that he's a bad player because we don't know who he is, but the guy's not even officially signed for Celtic yet, and he's talking about how he's going to go to higher places.
Listen, it ain't a good look. And I'm not going to be hypocritical. Raskin came out and said this about a month after he joined Rangers that he'd like to play for.
Yeah, but we called that out as well.
Yeah, no.
Some people think
in case people forgot.
Some people did say that we were just saying that to bash Rangers. Why? I don't know why you would bash Rangers but I certainly wasn't doing it. But I think it's a poor look, and I would be a bit pissed off if.
You see, at the end of the day, right? It's the reality, but it shouldn't be spoke.
I think it's even different if they say after a couple of years and they've gave the club good service.
Aye. Yeah, but not...
Like, see if Shankland has another good season for Hearts this season, 20 plus goals, and then in the summer he's like, I would like to play at a higher level, then I've no real complaints with that. But it would be like fucking Hearts bringing this Michael McGovern guy as the third choice goalkeeper, and before he's even touched a ball with his glove, he's like, I want to move to Newcastle. I mean, what?
But the thing is, you've got players though that they can talk about, they're loyal to the club, blah, blah, blah. But even like, I rate Cantwell, right? But you try to tell me if like Liverpool, I'm not saying Liverpool are going to go for Cantwell, but say they came in with like a £35 million bid, right? For some weird reason they did. You try to tell me he's going to turn around and go, nah, I'm building something here at Rangers, I'm not going to Liverpool.
No, I agree.
Same with Cal McGregor. But see this whole logic about Cal McGregor, Celtic man, he's better than Declan Rice, he's this, that. See if he was, right? Then someone would come in for him. And see if they did come in for him, you try to tell me his Celtic loyalties would stand in the way of him taking a big move to the fucking Premier League. If the Saudis came in for McGregor, he'd be away. Premier League as well.
Yeah, if he was getting offered the same money as Jota was, he's not turning it down.
Scott Brown, did he ever get fucking offered a deal?
No, and when you brought up Cantwell, I mean, 4 years ago, Cantwell to Liverpool wouldn't have been...
unthinkable.
Yeah.
It was actually talked about 50 million. I believe it was Liverpool.
There was a lot of big clubs interested in Cantwell, because when he first broke onto the scenes at Norwich, he was pretty phenomenal. I don't know if he'll hit those heights at Rangers, but if he does, he won't be at Rangers very long.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that he is going to use Rangers. He looks at Rangers, and it's a different kettle of fish from like the Championship. He knows he's seen the Championship. You can just get lost in it. I think you do.
Aye.
I feel like when you go to Rangers, like right now, you're going to be second best at worst. You're going to be playing European football, big stage, big games, Championship. Well, what's the point of sticking with Norwich Yo-Yo Club? Rangers will elevate him to a bigger move, potentially abroad. Yeah, I can accept that, but at the end of the day, I don't like players coming out and saying it, regardless of who they play for or going to play for, even before he's signed. Man, that's the worst.
I know, he's not even hit the club yet and he's talking about moving on. It's a really poor look. And last but not least, let's move on to Aberdeen. They're closing in on two signings. Serbian centre-back Slobodan Rubecic, 23 years old, from Novi Pasar, and they have made an approach to get Crystal Palace midfielder Killian Phillips, 21, on loan. Thoughts on these two potential signings? Aberdeen, are they going to have a good transfer window? They guaranteed European group stage money. I think they will. Last season they spent a decent amount, even though most of it, well, all of it was from sales that they got. I still think they've had a pretty good season. They did get like $2 million for Ross McCrory, so I wouldn't be surprised if Aberdeen break the well, they already have, I think, with the undisclosed fee for Clarkston, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Aberdeen by the end of this transfer window spend $2.5-3 million.
I wouldn't be either, and it's no surprise they're going for an Eastern European. They've brought a lot of them in, and Slobodan Rubecic.
Well, Ramadani's done well in his time at the club.
Exactly, and I mean, Crystal Palace midfielder, I'm not saying always go to the Premier League, but you know, there's a reason why these Premier League clubs have these youngsters. They've got something about them. I think any Scottish Premiership side signing any Premier League youngster on a loan is...
I don't think it happens enough.
Yeah, I think
I think Scottish clubs should try and do it more, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because geographically, it's also a good move. because these players would be able to make the move, transition for a year without any hassle.
Yeah, they're not having. Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're sending them
they're
to
on the same rock.
It's not like you're sending them to fucking Australia for a year. So no, geographically it makes sense, and yeah, I mean we're right next to each other, we're neighbours. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, but I do think Aberdeen will probably have a good transfer window. I mean, at the moment I think they've already had a decent transfer window, and I think it's important for them to strengthen. Hearts did not do that. Hearts were third, got the money, knew they were getting the money for Europe, and they failed to really build on that. I think Aberdeen will probably not make the same mistake. I think that Aberdeen will back Barry Robson, and I guess we'll see just how much they are going to back him with the signings this summer. Anyway, guys, that's it. Transfer day, another transfer roundup, and we'll catch you tomorrow for another day in Scottish football. Will any big moves happen? We'll keep you posted. Maybe Glenn Kamara could finally be on his way to Leeds come tomorrow morning, but we'll see what happens when it happens. Till next time, peace.